So I don't really talk in my videos, and I'm like, what the actual fuck is wrong with me? Like, I did record this explaining a bit why kind of thing already a few times, and I want to, I get violent, you know, what is wrong with me that I just can't seem to be like, okay, this is it, now I'm leaving it. So I wanted to give a bit of background information of why I normally just add a bunch of camcorder clips of my weeks all together and make a video out of it. And I love that kind of style. I love watching this kind of 80s footage documentary thing. But yeah, I never share any background information, share personal thoughts, stuff like that. And I'm so done with myself at this point about this whole thing. So I think it's just, in the end, it's just all these crazy insecurities haunting me, and it makes me so mad. I'm mad about myself. So I think there's this insecurity of really random stuff, like if I'm not like super put together and did all like a nice outfit and cute makeup, then I don't feel like I'm allowed to film and to give me personally that allowance. You know, there's no one here saying that I'm not allowed to, but it's just me with that crazy thought. Or I feel like I'm not having that fancy, super perfect background with the softbox light and, you know, this whole kind of setup. This is just a normal room. I'm in a random corner of my room, and this is not even my room. It's a sublet that I'm living in for quite some months now, but I didn't pick the furniture. The decoration mostly is not mine, apart from like stuff like posters to make it feel a bit more mine. But essentially, in the end, this still feels not really like my space, and that's why I might also be inhibited to just film and be like, hey, this is my room, because it isn't, but for this time it is. So all these random things that I feel like if I don't have XYZ, then this will probably not look good, or I feel like I talk too much, or not too much, maybe too long, or that my point doesn't really get conveyed the right way, even though this in itself is an illusion, right? Because people consume your words the way they want to consume them, with their kind of belief system. So in itself, me trying to convey something the right way is not even achievable in a way. But yeah, that I talk too long, that I'm a bore essentially if I'm talking for a longer period of time, stuff like that, which is all in itself crap. It's just like a mash of insecurities. And it makes me sick. Like, I'm sick of myself. You know how many times I've tried to record a thought in the moment, and then later I have these kind of videos sitting in a draft folder on my phone, and then they're sitting there for a few days, and then I come back to them and I delete them because I essentially am embarrassed, or I feel like, it's like cringy. Like, what was I trying to say in that moment? This just feels weird. And maybe it wasn't weird. Maybe it was. I mean, you have to have a healthy dose of, objective criticism of your own work, but most of the time it was probably okay. And I was like, oh my God, no, I cannot do that. So I deleted them all, and then basically was at zero again. And I just can't with it anymore, because isn't it in a way also the nicest where people on the internet utter their thoughts, they open up a bit and show their inner world to someone they don't know, and you watch them as a viewer and feel connected to them. Because that happened to me a lot of the times, where an essentially stranger on the internet said something that so much resonated with me, and I felt seen. And they probably didn't plan that, to be that kind of person to me in that moment. They just said what they felt good at in the moment, or it felt natural and free to them. And this is something that I still have to learn, to be a bit more free in every sense of the word, in other aspects of my life too. To not let myself, inhibit me from living my life. Because I get to enjoy this life too. This is what I always have to remind myself of. This is not just a whole, you have to be so strict. And even though this kind of energy is nice sometimes and it's necessary sometimes, I stop myself from just existing, and I don't, to be like, I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna do it right now, and I'm putting it out there. But I also have to say there's a second, big factor of why I maybe have not shared a lot the last videos, months, whatever. I have a very big personal endeavor object that I'm working on that I have been working on the last months, and that I will still be working on the next weeks and months. And this takes up a lot of my time and brain capacity, even though if I'm not working on it, this is what I think about essentially like 24/7. And that takes up so much of my time that I feel like, okay, what is left of, my time? It's just very like basic and mundane, like, I don't know, working as a bartender in the evening, going to doctor's appointments, going to a cafe, going to a bookstore from time to time, going to gym classes. And I feel like, what's in there for me to talk about? Wow. Ja, gar nicht so einfach.
Ja, sieht gut aus. Okay, ich mach nochmal Stopp, ne?
Ja, safe. So. us here in Berlin, and my roommate is celebrating her birthday today. She's still away at cycling class, but we're gonna do like a brunch with all of her friends, and I decided to, you know, make her happy while she's still away at cycling class, to wake up a bit more early and already prep a few things so that when she comes later, she doesn't have to do that much anymore. And I love prepping stuff in general, so it's also something very nice and relaxing for me personally to do. Hier sind sie. Und was machst du gerade? Lecker. Stellen Sie sich mal vor. Was machen Sie hier?
Weiß ich auch gar nicht so genau. Ich bin hierher gekommen für den Geburtstag.
Ja.
Und jetzt,
Ach, schön. Und du? Wer bist du?
ich bin Julius. Ich heiße Johann und ich esse gerade lecker Nutella.
Oh, ja, lecker. Und du?
Ich bin hier nur zugelaufen.
Und du?
Ich bin die
Gastgeberin.
Gastgeberin,
Oh,
Organisatorin
schick.
und so weiter und freue mich, dass wir
Schick.
hier so eine schöne, dass wir noch ein schönes Frühstück haben.
Genau.
Ich mache es auch irgendwann, aber ich glaube, jetzt im Dezember lohnt es für mich was.
Ja, ich überlege halt auch, ob ich es im Januar machen, andererseits im Januar auch Klausurenphase.
Ja,
Ich war heute in der beim englischen Garten den ganzen Tag eigentlich.
oh, das ist voll schön. Dankeschön.
Gerne.
Mit den Nudeln.
Jo. It's so nice and sunny today. Oh my god. Already this year has been such a year of learning, a personal development, of emotionally maturing even more. Not maturing, but learning things about myself and letting things happen to me in a way that, yeah, and also therapy goes into that, and just, you know, you becoming, and I am still becoming someone, I'm still becoming a person, and this is a journey of becoming, and I feel like the years before I wasn't ready to tackle this kind of endeavor because I was not open enough emotionally for it, and it's sometimes difficult and lonely, yes, lonely this year, I would say, but I'm still so grateful because I have already learned so much and I've opened up so much more emotionally, which is the most beautiful thing I've learned to do and to be a kind of person who does that. So let's see. But essentially my point is I want to talk a bit more if I feel like it in my videos and not just close myself off completely in that regard, because why not? And it's nice to kind of get to know a person you don't know. Yeah.